Third time's the charm. I'm featuring today the Badescu's drying lotion. I'm at this angle because this is the only way I can set up my camera. This I got from Ulta. I mentioned this in the last video, and I'm coming back to you talking about it because I've now finished it. Thought it would last longer, but like I said, I left it open a bunch of times, and it was in a room that's very hot, like very hot. Like when I walk in the room in the morning, everything that's in there usually is like hot, like warm to the touch. So, and I would leave it a lot of times like with the cap off because I would forget to put it back on. And so the liquid, which is kind of like alcoholic, it's kind of alcohol-like, I would assume it would be evaporating even faster because it's so hot in this room. So, I think if you don't do that, it's probably going to last you many more months than it lasted me. But even so, I still have some sediment that's left on the bottom, and I've been using that, so I haven't completely used it. But the liquid that kind of settles on top is pretty much gone. So that's what I mean by like I used it up. Like the liquid's gone, but there's still sediment at the bottom, and I'm able to use that. So I'll probably be finished with this by next month. So it lasted from August 27th until, we'll say, the second week of November. Maybe longer, because there's actually a lot of sediment on the bottom. I would assume that it's safe to say it would probably have lasted me throughout to the end of the year, so until January, if I hadn't done that. I also use it a lot. I use it like, I might as well just like put my finger in there and like make it a mask all over my face. I put it all over. And in addition to that, I have tried out using it under my makeup. I'm not a real makeup person though, but when I first got it and I had those pimples that I originally like got it for, it was actually one in particular, or was it two, that I wanted it to like go away right away. I dipped the cotton bud in there, and then I put it on there, and then I put concealer on top, and then I put my foundation, which is the Bare Minerals. So a lot of people do that, but I'm just like so not a makeup person, so I really couldn't like keep that up. So what I did, which is also a third reason why my liquid finished before my sediment, and why I went through this so fast, I would, as I'm getting ready in the morning, I would wash my face with that cleanser that I showed you and the serum, and then I would dip a cotton bud only in the liquid and not go all the way down enough to get into the sediment, and I would just touch, you know, the different areas with that. So I used, a lot of times I was just using the liquid, so that's another reason. So it has really nothing to do with the product. But this is wonderful. I will always have this in my life. Like, I should have tried this a million times sooner. So glad that I did it. The next thing I wanted to talk about was this shiny silver ultra, and I think the brand is One and Only. I got this at Sally's Beauty Supply because I kind of jumped the gun when I told the colorist. She's like, let me know when it tingles, and it was sort of tingling over here, and I think she started over here. And you know, obviously like no one wants their hair to fall out, and I've been blonde for so long that, you know, they keep saying like, oh my gosh, your hair is so strong, your hair is so strong, like, but I don't want to push that because then you find out when you find out that something bad happens, right? So it's really uncomfortable, especially like not having as much padding as I used to. Like, it just doesn't feel good. Trying to find, so I told her like, hey, tinkle time, it's tingling. So we just finished out like however many minutes she had on her little timer, and we took it out. But I should have never done that because that part that was tingling came out perfect, and the part that wasn't, like the last part that she did, obviously it hadn't been in that long, as long, because it was the last part, down on the bottom in the back, that part could have used a little more time and had a little bit of brassiness, and so, but did I realize that right away? Yeah, I think I did. Yeah, I did, because they took before and afters at the salon, so I knew what I looked like all the way around. So I was like, alright, well, we gotta address the brassiness, right? So I went right away to Sally's, and I was like, well, before I used to use the Shimmer Lights, just the conditioner, and people would be like, oh my gosh, did you just, like, do your hair over again? I'm like, no, I just, like, took a shower and used my indigo color shampoo, you know, which is to combat brassiness, because it's the opposite on the color wheel of the brassy type colors, so it cancels them out. And also I would leave mine in for as long as I could before rinsing it out, because I was going for lavender. Like I wanted the lightest pieces of my hair, like the little pieces that were like white. I wanted those pieces of the hair to pick up that lavender color because I wanted lavender hair. So even just using that Shimmer Lights just conditioner, like people could notice. But this time, because I actually had brassiness, it wasn't just like the maintenance of the color, but I had some brassiness in this one area, I decided to get the shampoo and conditioner. And then when I was talking to the lady there at the shop, she's like, oh, well, this brand here works even stronger. And she mentioned, like, you know, you gotta watch how many times you're doing it a week, because then you can get some lavender or whatever. And now, you know, I'm not afraid of that, so I was like, okay, great, that means it's stronger. Well, she said that it was stronger. I don't think it is, to be honest with you, but so I've been using it, and I don't always use the shampoo because I don't shampoo my hair all the time because I have curly hair. That's the texture of my hair, so it's not oily, so I don't need to have shampoo all the time. But I do use the conditioner all the time, and the conditioner is light. It's not as dark as the shampoo, which maybe that's why I had the results I had with the Shimmer Lights. Like, I had strong enough results with them because the conditioner is actually just as dark as the shampoo. Yeah, well, it's a lot darker than this, so maybe that's why I was able to get like such strong results with that. So I like them both. And Shimmer Lights I featured on my blog, so you can see pictures of it there. And this works just as well. I like it. I've been using it. It smells just fine to me. They both do. And I thought I'd mention that so you can, you know, have some options as far as maintenance of your highlights, since you're going lighter and lighter with your hair. And I'm trying to think of what else I said in those other videos. I think I just featured this jacket, which has mesh in it. So you can see there's mesh here, and over here is like a stretchy type material. And it's got a high collar. It's got like kind of like what resembles like sort of a ruffle, but not so overtly like feminine ruffle. And you can see it's like scalloped there. Is it scalloped? I would say it's kind of scalloped, and it kind of comes in there. So it's like a tough ruffle. If a ruffle could be tough on a garment, that's what this would be. It's not like overt, you know what I mean? And it's also on the bottom, so that's kind of cool. And it's mesh too, so there's mesh here in the back as well. You can see that. It's awesome. I love it. And clearly it's not the warmest thing in the world you could wear, because it's got holes all over it, but it's you can't even see me and I'm talking. But it's warm enough. Like it does provide some warmth, but it's not going to be like, you know, if you're like super cold, it's not the thing you're going to pull out. But I do feel warm wearing it, and I'm not, you know, I don't have anything underneath it, and I feel fine. That's all. I'm going to come back another time and talk about like this Pureology spray for porous hair. So when you bleach your hair, especially now that it's like not just highlights, but it's full bleach. And you can use it just with highlights, because that's when I started using it. For porous hair, it kind of fills in those spaces that are now spaces, because you take stuff out of it, like the protein and stuff. I'll come back and feature that, as well as an S Factor or a TG moisture spray, which smells like papaya. Alright, that's all she wrote.